Good morning. Andy here from What's Happening. I am joined today by Doug Cole and Fred Morrone. And Fred and Doug are from Kyocera. We are here to talk about a flagship new product. Good morning, gentlemen. How are you today?
Good morning, Andy. How are you doing?
Excellent.
Doing great.
I'm great. Good to see you both. We have some really big news. I would have to call it possibly the most significant Kyocera product launch in maybe the history of the company. Maybe since the first initial copiers came out, the Mitas back in the day. You guys have some good news, some big news. Why don't you tell us, Doug, what is it that you guys have launched, and we can go from there.
Oh, sure, Andy. And welcome, everyone. Thank you for taking the time for listening to us today. My name is Doug Cole, Director of Production Print for Kyocera, and I'm here to tell you about an exciting new time in Kyocera history. We have actually just launched our first Inkjet cut sheet device. And this is a device that's using proven Kyocera technology that's been around for years. We know, and a lot of you on the call know, that this product actually, with the technology, some of you have already used this in your products. Now, to protect the name of the innocent, we will not mention the names of those OEMs that are out there, but you know who you are. And we're proud to say thank you for using this and using something that's proven technology. So the reason why Kyocera decided to bring this product to market, there's an opening or a niche in the marketplace, right? You have the high-end devices that are on the more expensive side of the business, and then you have your toner-based or laser devices that are on the low-end side of the price comparison. There was an opening in between, especially in a vertical market where we think this product will fit more directly. So Kyocera decided to, you know what, we've waited all these years. We think we have a right target and the right time to launch this product. So this was a time for us to try to change the future of the printing industry, and also to utilize the technology that we currently have or have been using to show and demonstrate the power of what Kyocera has to offer. Now on this session, we have Fred Morrone, who is the product manager for the Inkjet device himself. Fred is actually here to talk to you a little bit about the product, with the positioning and everything else that we have going on with the product. Now, obviously we have a little bit of time, so we're going to give you a high level overview of the product itself. But before we go into this, I would like to be able to show you a quick intro to the product. It's a video that we have. It's our promotional video, and we'd like to be able to share that with you going forward.
So this is the TASKalfa Pro 15000C.
This is the TASKalfa Pro 15000C product.
All right,
and this is, if you take a look at it.
I have to share my screen to you.
Yes, sir.
Hang on a second here. I thought we had this all loaded and queued up. Multiple persons can share. You should have the ability to grab that now.
Okay, give me 1 second. As we know, let's share.
Now.
Okay, and we're ready.
Very cool. Very cool. What a beast of a machine that thing looks like. It is funny you mentioned, and we always used to bug, you know, whoever the current CEO. I remember many conversations with Mr. Ina about this. You know, you make all these inkjet heads for all these companies. You are one of the premier manufacturers of them. Why don't you have high volume? Why don't you have production? And finally, right? Finally, here it is, and you've built your own, and I know it launched a little bit ahead in Europe, and there will be a lot of people watching this video from all over the world. Initial reactions, how's the community here been reacting? I know you got a little bit of a damper thrown at you with the whole COVID situation, and you know, we had to cancel, obviously, unfortunately, cancel your dealer meeting, which would have been, you know, the perfect place to showcase this, right? So you know, what's going on, and you know, we're doing this show today to help get the word out. But
Right.
what's the reaction been like? What's the machine like?
Well, I can honestly say, and I'm proud to say, this machine is performing very well. We actually have one location where we have a machine out there that's running over just about 2 million impressions in about a month and a half. And I've had no serious issues with the product. I can actually tell you that the dealer community, although the COVID-19 has put a hamper on us getting out and being face-to-face with our community, Fred and I have been on webinars almost 3 to 4 times a day, just answering any questions they have. And what we have done, which is a little bit different than what we normally do with a go-to-market, especially from the office side, we realized that, you know what, our dealer community out there who already has production background are going to have a lot of questions, because this product is not like a toner-based machine.
Yeah.
And historically, everyone is comparing this to the old Inkjet device that you had, where you had to wait, 3 hours, I'm exaggerating, for it to dry. It didn't do certain things that you wanted to. You can see from the video, the look of this device actually looks like a toner-based machine that most people in a production environment are accustomed to. So there's a look when they see it, automatically like, well, that's a toner-based. I thought you said Inkjet. Like, this is Inkjet. This is Kyocera Inkjet. So the product itself can expand from about, max capacity is about maybe 27 feet. The good thing about this, and I'm not to steal Fred's thunder, from an electrical standpoint, you're used to having products that would require 220 volt, 240 volt, 3-phase, the whole build out that's going to take a lot of additional costs for that location. Our device runs off 120 volt AC. So that's a huge saving when you look at this from a TCO standpoint.
Yeah, well, that's, inherent benefit of Inkjet over laser is, just the complete lack of use of electricity compared, or just power consumption compared to, xerography in that process, right? Heating up fusers, it's just a natural process of spraying. And let's not forget, the biggest, most expensive devices in our industry, or above our industry in some respects, are web presses, right? And these are ink machines, right? I mean, the biggest, fastest machines on earth are ink. Laser is certainly not dead, but there's a place for both, and you guys are entering into sort of a really unique sweet spot of the market. Maybe we take a little bit of this opportunity and shift gears and have Fred tell us some of the benefits, some of the reasons somebody might look to this technology, and some of the things that this machine does really well.
Sure, perfect. So as we were saying, the positioning of this machine, first of all, to add to Doug's point, we've been doing ink for a long time. Kyocera, I would say that ink is in our blood. It's part of our DNA. We've been making these heads for the competitive devices for a very long time, and saw the opportunity for us to be able to put a machine out using our paper passing knowledge and the expertise that we have in the heads. Now, the benefit is that zone of disruption, that space where it's between those high-end roll-fed devices and the laser-based devices. And it's in a spot where part of the advantage that we have going to market is I'm not looking to oust all those competitive devices that are over there. I'm looking to slide up right next to them. This is a companion device at 1 million pages a month. 13 by 19, we feed through the mainframe, 27.5-inch media. We can run long media through the machine as well. And I'm looking to push myself right up next to that web-based printer, or the offset, or those high-end roll-fed devices for those right now print jobs, or for the reprint devices, so we can have that human readable be able to be there for the worker to be able to quickly load a job and get a print job out of the house. That makes us unique in the market in our positioning. And the fact that we are able to take this device and roll it in and plug it into standard household outlets makes it a very attractive one for our customers. In one of our placements, we had this device next to a competitive device that was using the same heads as us. And the customer ended up liking the image quality off the 15,000C against the competitive device. And their comment to us was, I could buy 3 or 4 of these and still have enough money left over to buy a house in the country before I purchase another one of the high-end devices. And he's making our point for us, That's our market space. The people who have been waiting on the sidelines to see what's developing in the world of inkjet, this is the time for them to be able to get involved. I mean, let's think about it. Ink sells for what toner costs. So for a customer to be able to get involved, to be able to put a machine on their floor, it's almost a no-brainer for us at this point. We're running a wide range of media. We're running a water-based pigment ink. We're targeting the transactional and trans-promotional markets, and CRDs and implants and schools and law offices. So any place where space is a premium and they don't want to do the expensive build out for all the electrical that's involved, and they want tested and proven technology that's going to be able to be at a really affordable TCO for them. This is where we're targeting. And to add on to what Doug was saying, there has been a lot of interest in this from both customers and from dealers themselves. People who are selling production in the customer environment, and people who are not selling in production, who are looking to this product to bring their business into that world, to be able to offer a customer an avenue that they haven't been able to previously do. So it's a very exciting time for us to be able to do this.
That is very, very cool. I love the example of, you know, we made the heads, look at our image quality and look at it on the other one. You know, it does make sense when you hold them side by side that maybe yours might work a little better than someone else's, since you have, you know, that level of familiarity with the product. You know, one of the things I think people could knock on you for this is, you know, you don't have a full line, you don't have a full inkjet production line built around that. Is that, and maybe you'd be a good one to ask this, Doug, is that necessary? Is that the way you're approaching this product, or is this sort of you know, this is a complement to what you're already doing, and you've already got a good established xerographic production suite, but this is going to get you into deals where you're not already? Is it complementary, or does it compete with the laser?
So it's both, depending on what the end user wants, right?
Okay.
So we don't, and granted, we are not in this space, or we're not in this space before. However, this is an area where we are now penetrating. And this is not a one and done for Kyocera, right? Okay. We're actually looking at this as the stepping stone for future development and what we'll come out to the marketplace with. Now, I just want to touch back real quick on the fact of the competitive device that Fred mentioned about the inkjet and the preferred hours. Now, Kyocera also pride themselves on building their own, not only technology, but also the ink that they're using, that water pigment ink on the TASKalfa Pro 15000C is Kyocera developed. So it wasn't outsourced to someone else to then develop for us. So we have a stream of engineers who actually listen to everything that the customers say. And one of the things that's brought us into a very close, tight knit with engineers in Japan is the fact that before we came to market, we actually had this machine out at about four different locations where we told them, we wanted you to do, if you can do 1 million impressions a month, run it. If you can do 2 million, run it, because we want to see what the failure points are, what's going to take place. And quite honestly, the testing that we did has led us to, when we launched this product, we were all very confident that this product will stand the test of time out there for what the customers are going to require. Now, regarding
in these you know, field tests,
yes.
What jumped out at you? What happened? What did you see that you didn't expect? Is there anything that really exceeded your expectation, where you said,
yeah, I'll let Fred answer that
way
one.
better than what we thought?
So there's a couple of things. You know, we did this to not only make sure the product worked, but also to hear the voice of the customer, to make sure that the machine was capturing the needs of the customers as well. So some of the things that came from this was we have an ink calculator that lets you estimate your cost of the job before running it. We got lots of feedback from the customers on how that should work and what is needed in order to make it a usable tool. We were able to extend parts life on multiple components in the machines from running them. Things that we thought were going to be able, that were going to have to be switched out much earlier, ended up being much later on in the life cycle, and some ended up being lifetime parts just from being used. We even came up with a new ink formulation during the testing phase, and Kyocera was able to come up with something that had a little bit more density in the ink, and a little bit better penetration, and the drying properties were a little bit better as well. So not only did the machine perform to the benefit of the customer, but we learned a lot from listening to the customer and improving the product and coming to market with an overall better product. And I am extremely impressed by how KDC responded during this phase and took what the customer said to heart and understood that they had the expertise and needed to react quickly. So overall, I couldn't be happier with how the testing worked out and the subsequent placements that we've had in the field since then.
So this has been an awesome video, and I'm really excited to put something out there a little different than maybe some of the COVID interviews that we've been doing. This is obviously product based, and I thought this was an exciting, maybe first product to interview somebody about. I'd like to do some follow-ups with you guys, because obviously there's a lot more this machine will do, this platform of yours, and I don't want to make a 45-minute long video here. Maybe we break this down into some components, and perhaps we can talk to even a customer, somebody who's been running it, might want to chime in and maybe give some feedback on it. That would be a great one. Maybe we could do a follow-up on finishing options that you guys have, and maybe some other more detailed video. We could do another interview on the mechanics and some of the internal components of the machine. We don't want to get too carried away in this video. I think there's a lot of opportunities for some follow-ups here. But before I let you go, I'll give you each an opportunity. Anything, last thing you'd like to say, either just in general or about the product specifically? Why don't you start, Doug?
Well, I would say that anyone who's interested in this product should really take a look at this, because this product is going to deliver exactly what they're looking for. Again, when we talk about the target markets that Fred mentioned, this is a product that's going to sit right next to whatever current product you have, or if you're in the market right now looking for a replacement, maybe your lease is up. Well, to Fred's point and to that customer's point, maybe it's taking 3 or 4 of these and still have some change left over to then take your wife on vacation.
Yeah.
So the product itself is very strong, it's very stable. It was built on Kyocera proven technology. And this complements our A3 and A4 product line, because again, everyone knows that we didn't have a high volume product. But this also allows us to create new business opportunities for our dealers where they couldn't have presented before. Because if you look at the dealer community, a lot of times they can't afford to get into those roll-fed devices, right? You're looking at over $1 million plus, never mind just for maybe the base machine. Our product in positioning is put in a sweet spot to where the price point of this and your return on investment, you'll be able to see the profitability of selling this device and take some good value and offer this to your customers.
Very cool. Very cool. How about you, Fred?
Well, to add to what Doug had said, I think that from a corporate standpoint in the back end, Kyocera has done an excellent job in building up and getting ready for this. We've bolstered our service organization, our field support, our internal knowledge, building out an entire organization to support this. And it's not a one and done. We have a pretty wide range of products that are going to be coming down the road to complement this. So we're taking this very seriously, and so far the reaction has been astonishing for us from the field. So we just look forward to the success that this is going to bring, and to be working with you to let's make this a little bit get deeper dive and get some internal stuff going on the next call.
Well, this is awesome, and I do appreciate you guys taking your time out of your schedule to give us an update on the product. I've seen it for a couple years coming now at your shows back. I think 2 or 3 years ago when you first showed it. So to see it here, to see it out, very exciting time for you guys. Congratulations, and again, thank you for taking the time with me today. And we are definitely going to follow up soon on this, and we'll do some more interviews and find out a little bit more about the TASKalfa Pro 15,000C in a future video. Thanks,
Thank you very much. Thank you, Andy. Be safe, everyone.